my gosh, why is it only 8 a.m.? Mary had to wake up at 5 a.m. this morning and the day is just going too slow. Too slow. And if you're curious, I am still eating my pie. Num num num. So good. You're probably wondering why it has lasted so long. Because I'm the only one that's been eating it. Not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's so good. And I don't mind having it all to myself. But I hope everybody is doing well. We are doing good at the end of the month here in May. The state of emergency should starting to be lifted, but since I'm in Kanagawa, it's still up in the air. Just like Tokyo is still up in the air. A lot of the other prefectures in Japan have already lifted their state of emergency, but we are currently still under ours until the end of the month, and then they'll reassess to see if we need to continue it, which we might. I just don't know, because even for my family, we are waiting until the 27th of March to decide to do anything. Because that's basically the 2-week mark after our long Golden Week holiday here in Japan. And a lot of people travel for that holiday, and even though people were asked to stay home, stay in their prefecture even, people still did a lot of traveling. So we are just waiting to see if it's just gonna spike up or not. And even if it doesn't spike up, we are still going to kind of limit where we go and what we do. For us, right now, I am doing a 2-week shopping trip, which is a lot of shopping, especially here in Japan. And people look at you like you're freaking crazy when you're checking out. So, yeah, they're like, why are you're panic buying, blah, 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 blah. You have so much food. And I'm like, honey, I have food here for 2 weeks. Breakfast, lunch, dinner for 3 people. Yeah, you don't need to worry about me. You worry about your family and what you want to do with your family. Like, but we're doing a 2-week shopping trip right now. And when the 27th hits, if it's spiking or not spiking, depending on the numbers, if they're even being reported properly, who knows. But at that time, I'll decide maybe to back it down to like a 1-week shopping thing. So I'm just shopping for 1 week of food at that time. Before all of this, I was actually going to the store maybe every 2 days, every 3 days and buying food, because that's just what you do here in Japan. You buy fresh food for like 2, maybe 3 days max, because a lot of people don't have the storage for it here. And I'm very fortunate to have a large refrigerator and a large freezer to store things for 2 weeks. But a lot of people here in Japan don't have a large refrigerator like I do. They might only have 1/4 of my size, or not even that, or only half of the size of mine. And the freezer part is like minute. It's so small. And we used to have a fridge like that. But when we moved and then we had Mary, I was like, we need a bigger refrigerator. So that was like our last huge purchase we made for our house. But I'm so glad we have it, because if we didn't, I don't think I would be able to do the 2-week shopping thing, because I wouldn't be able to store the food. And yeah, that's the only thing that's saving me, is because I have a nice freezer that I can store my food. If I didn't have it, yeah. Rainy season has already started to start, if that makes sense. It's been raining like every other day now, and when June hits, it'll start to rain like 2-3 days in a row, and then like 1 day of sunshine, and another 2-3 days of rain. It's ridiculous. I'm not looking forward to it. But along with rainy season comes the humidity. It is already starting to be super humid. And super humid. Wow, Sarah, okay. But yeah, it's already beginning to be humid a lot, and making a mess again. And my hair, as you see now, it's just crazy, especially in the summer. I would love to cut my hair short in the summer. I would absolutely love it, but I can't. Yeah. If I cut it short, it would be great because it would be like off of my neck, it would be cooler, all that great stuff. But with my hair being curly, I would most likely end up with an afro for most of the summer. Because the humidity will just go whoop, just makes it poof out. Yeah. Now, yes, I could get a straight perm and do that, but I don't really want a straight perm. I've done it before in the past and I didn't mind it. I just got really tired of it after like 1 week. I had 1 week of like perfectly straight hair. It was gorgeous, loved it. But then after that, I was like, I kind of want my old hair back. I want curly hair. I like my curly hair. It made me realize how much I like my curly hair because I can style it pretty much any way I really like and it looks great. But summer this year, I feel like is going to be so hot and humid. Like, we had a really mild winter, so I'm not really looking forward to summer. Yeah, no, not one bit. So if you're wondering what that powdered stuff was that I put in my last video for the fried chicken, it's actually a hardener. It makes the oil hard so you can just throw it in the trash. So it's like really disgusting, but yeah, it comes out really easy. Like, bam, clean pot. But yeah, I love this powdered stuff that makes oil hard because it's just so much less work than having to find a different way to dispose of lots of oils when you're especially deep frying foods and stuff, which is usually the only time I ever use this. But yeah, it's just a powder and you just sprinkle it in there and then you let it set and it hardens. But you have to put it in there right after you're finished with the oil because it has to be a certain temperature to, like, I guess, melt the powder and to activate it or whatever. Because I have put that in there when I was like, oh, I have all this extra oil, because I was collecting oil on the side because it wasn't enough to like really use one of those powdered packets. So I was pouring it in like a cup and I was like, oh, I'll just pour one of these powder things in there now and it'll harden. Nope, it never hardened. Yeah, it has to be like piping hot for it to actually work. So that's the only downfall of it. So it's not like you can use it on reserved oils that you've had, but it's still a really good option. Are you just relaxing in the toy box while Mommy cleans? Is that how this works? For lunch today, we're gonna go really simple. We're just having hot dogs with some French fries and maybe potato salad. I haven't decided if I want to use up the rest of my potato salad or not and save it for Naoki's like night bentos. Not sure, but yeah. I do usually end up boiling the hot dogs, mainly because it's easier and an easier cleanup afterwards versus pan frying them, where it leaves a bunch of stuff in the pan and then I have to actually like scrub the pan. When I don't have an outside grill, so I can't like grill them on the actual grill. So yeah, I just boil them and they still taste great. A nice fresh shower is just what I needed. Yay. Got my hair up. Now it just needs to dry. I'll probably take it down here in a minute just because I like to let it air dry more than towel dry, or even I never blow dry it, so yeah. And yes, I usually do a side part, because if I do a middle part and I do happen to have a lot of frizz, I will literally have a triangle on both sides of my head. Not a good look, unless you're like purposely trying to make it look like that, but no. But if I do a middle part like this, it's not so bad with the humidity usually, and it just looks better on me, I think. So I'm sitting here and I realize I need to put my chicken on, even though it's only like 1 p.m. because I'm doing the slow cooker, because I'm going to make barbecue chicken tonight. And yeah, I hope I haven't put it on too late. You might be thinking, oh, you have plenty of time, But the slow cooker I have is actually from America, because I didn't realize it was being shipped from America. And the voltage is different, so it actually takes longer to cook something. So if it's like, oh, it takes 4 hours on high, you should estimate about 6 hours on high to cook it because of the voltage difference. Yeah, so I need to get that on like now. Okay, that is all set and ready to go. Yes, I do use either Domino's or McDonald's barbecue sauces because that's what I have on hand. Barbecue sauce in general in Japan is very hard to find, and usually you can only get it in the little sauce packets from like fast food restaurants, but I never use them, so I just keep them for when I want to do something like this, and then I take them out and use them. It's a good way to save it, I guess, and use it for something good. But yeah. Now that my chicken is done, I can work on my sides. And my sides tonight are going to be buttered corn and mashed potatoes. I know mashed potatoes are probably quite a bit of starch, but whatever. It's good and delicious. And you ain't going to change my mind about that. For my mashed potatoes, I am doing instant mashed potatoes from Costco, because they're super easy. I get quite a bit out of it. This says 8 servings. It's more like 5, but yeah. Even though these mashed potatoes call for milk, I actually don't have any more milk on hand, and it calls for about a cup of extra milk for this. But instead of milk, I'm just going to use some sour cream that I have and a little bit of water, extra water. I know it's not probably going to be the same as milk, but it'll do the trick. I mean, if I have to, I can add more butter to it as well. But I'm going to put the sour cream in there. I'm also going to put a little bit of garlic powder and some Parmesan cheese. I love like elevating my instant mashed potatoes because why not? They're instant, right? And they are all ready. Yay! And here we have it. We have our buttered corn, mashed potatoes, and our barbecue chicken sandwich. I would normally put coleslaw, but I didn't have anything to make coleslaw, so I just put some lettuce on it. Yay! Well, our day is done. So happy about that. Mary was a handful tonight at dinner. Oh my gosh, would not sit down. Basically just wouldn't eat dinner. Oh my, I just don't know what to do anymore about that. I hope you guys are having a better day than I, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe.